Coming to you again with another PE video. And today I want to talk to us about baseball. Now right behind me are baseball fields, but they can't be used right now because of the current pandemic. No one is visiting baseball fields or any kind of thing in public. Now, baseball is a great sport. Baseball is a summertime sport. It's a spring, summer, fall. Well, basically, it's a summer sport where we go outside, we enjoy the good air, we enjoy the grass, we enjoy the bees and all of those kinds of things. And so today, I'm going to be talking about baseball for a little while. So we're going to take this for being outside because it's kind of chilly out here. Even though it's the springtime, it's kind of chilly. And I just wanted to visit a baseball field. It looks so good. It looks so good. And I'll be going over a couple things, the dimensions of the field, how you play the game in general. So we're going to take it inside. I'm back. And once again, I'm here to explain the game of baseball, beginning with the field or the boundaries of the field. Now we're inside Calvary's gym. We'll be here for a little while and we're keeping safe. We're doing all the things that we need to be doing in order to be safe. But I want to talk about the field. And so the field is made like a diamond. It's made like a diamond. It has boundaries. And here in the gym, which is where we usually play, I'm just going to talk about those boundaries. I'm going to talk about the fields. I'm going to talk about the positions of the fielders and some things like that. Now, beginning with the field begins with a pitcher and a catcher. We're going to start with the pitcher and the catcher. And the pitcher stands on what's called a mound. You may remember some of this. When we start at a mound, which is a designated place right here on the field, it's usually in the middle. And then you move to the catcher. The pitcher pitches the ball or serves the ball up. If it's a game of softball or a slow pitch softball, it's pitched underhand. If it's fast pitch softball, it's a fast pitch underhand. If it's baseball, it's thrown overhand, things like that. And it's pitched towards a catcher. The catcher catches the ball while the batter is in the batter's box. But later about the batter. The back catcher is behind the home plate, and so I'm going to swing around, and we're going to pretend that there's a home plate here. There's a home plate. Now in softball, the back catcher stands back behind the plate, and usually she or he usually stands, and the pitcher pitches the ball, and then they catch the ball and returns it back to the pitcher. Now in baseball, the catcher takes a spot right behind the batter, the plate, and hands up, and it receives the ball, fast pitch ball, and he stands up and throws the ball back. So that's the batter, the pitcher, and the catcher. Now, from there, we have the first baseman. Now, right now, Joya is standing on first base, but that's not where you play the position. You don't play the position standing on the base. So you're going to come over a little bit, Joya, because you have to give the runner room to run. You can't impede or you can't interfere with the runner. The runner is running a straight line to the base. Now, if the catcher or the first baseman is going to receive a throw, he or she retreats back to the base, put one foot on the corner of the base, and begin to extend towards the ball. So if the ball is coming from, the third baseman, she extends that way. So the runner still has access to the base, into any interference. The ball, and then she pulls her leg off the base if there's no play, so the runner can continue to run. All right. Now, foul ball. While we're over here, we're talking about foul ball. Now, if this is the base, every ball hit on that side of the base is a foul ball. Every ball hit on that side of the base is a fair ball and is in play. It's in play. So we'll talk about the batter later. So that's the first baseman. Michael, come on over here. Now, stand there, Joya. Michael is going to stay there. Michael is a second baseman. A second baseman stands between the first baseman and the second base. The second base. This is the base. So the second baseman is there. They can cover all this field from the base over into towards the first baseman. And again, they don't stand in the baseline. They don't stand in the baseline. So if the runner is rounding first base, again, the first baseman is out of the way. The second baseman is out of the way. And then they're free to go to second base. Now, if there's a play at second base, the second baseman covers the base. And again, they don't interfere. What they do is stand in front of the base and straddle the base, in front, and straddle. So they still give the runner access to the base. They either stand in front of the base or stand behind the base. Stand behind the base. They leave the base still accessible to the runner. And so the runner can keep running. Now, if there's a play, the second baseman uses what they call a swipe tag. And they swipe over to get the runner up, okay? Now, come back over here, Michael. Julia. Now, that's if the first baseman and the second baseman plays in front of the runner. Now, there's also times when the first baseman comes back here, come right in front of me. You back up. There are times when the runner is running, the infielders, they're called infielders, the first baseman and the second baseman plays behind a little bit. So the runner running the bases can steal tag first. First baseman is out of the way. They can still run the second. The second baseman is out of the way. So these two players, they do not want to obstruct the runner. The runner has to be able to run. Now, they're making a play on the ball. If the ball is hit to Michael, and Michael comes up, and he's in the baseline, the runner can do one of two things. The runner can take an inside track or an outside track. They can go outside the runner or outside the base, the fielder, or inside the fielder. They cannot run the fielder over. That's called interference, all right? So, that's the first baseman. That's the second baseman. We'll talk about the shortstop, and we'll talk about the third baseman next time. Okay, now we're going to move to the left side of the field, or the infield. We're going to use the third baseman and the shortstop. Now, we're going to start with the third baseman. Now, the third baseman, she or he, they play the same thing as the first. They play a little of the front of the base. This is the base. They play a little up, or they can play a little back, or they can play back some. Second baseman, a shortstop usually plays a little bit deeper. So back up a step or two, Michael. Because you have more right-handed batters than left-handed batters. Usually, sometimes teams are pretty even with that, but usually they're more right-handed batters. So that person plays a little deeper because they probably hit the most balls. Now, the second baseman, the third baseman, same thing. They are ready position. They're at the base, they're ready position, they're ready for the ball, hands, knees bent a little bit, arms in front inside the knees, in front, head up. And you're ready, you anticipate, you're ready, you go right, or that's left, you're right, my left. You go left for ball, or you go right for backhand. You go right, go left, or you cradle. You go left, you go right, you cradle. All right? And the same thing with the shortstop. Now the shortstop sometimes, more than not, ends up charging the ball because they're a lot further away from the batter than anyone else. And And so sometimes they have to move up to catch a ground ball. Same thing with the second baseman. They're right the same depth. So sometimes he has to charge in for a ball too. So, same thing. But they have a better chance of getting in front of a ball. So they may not have to reach as far. They have the chance to get over. And you use a slide step. The ball is hit to its right. Come on, do it with me. The ball hit to its right, over there. You can use a side step and get in front of the ball. If you hit over here, you can get a side step and get in front of the ball. Same with the second baseman. There are times when they do have the backhand, and there's times when they do have to reach. But he wants to get in front. He or she, they want to get in front of the ball. They want to move, they want to get on their toes. Yeah. Reach position. Boom. 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 So they move a lot. This person moves a lot. Second baseman moves a lot. And the same thing. They want to be out of the runner's way. So if a runner is coming around second base, tags the base, he's out of the way. Runner's running. Runner's running. You ready? You ready? She's out of the way. She's out of the way. Tag the base, heads towards home. Now, as the shortstop has to make a play at second base, he has to leave where he is or she is. They have to come over again. Front of the base, behind the base, to the side of the base, front of the base. They just can't be on the base unless it is a forced out, something we have to talk about later. Because if it's a forced out, they then are on the base, so they catch the ball and they come off as quickly as possible. Because you don't want contact between him and the runner, or her and the runner. Catch the ball, come on. So, sort of like the first baseman. So straddle the base in the front, and out. Catch the ball, swipe tag on the back. And you want to do things like that. That's what they want to do. But you want to make sure that they're out of the runner's way. Out of the runner's way. Third baseman. Now her is a little different because she is going to go outside and she's actually in foul territory. The base is in front of her, but she's given access to the runner. She gets the play, gets the ball, swipe tag, or tag, put the tag down. She can come in front, but then she has to turn. So most times, a third baseman will set up. They'll set up, watch the play, the ball, boom. She's always out of the way of the runner. All right, come on. Set it up. I'm running. Wow! So either I get there first or she tags me out. That's the way that works. Now, that's the infield. That's the infield. We haven't gotten to the outfield. Oh, one thing. Like I said, over on first base, there's a foul line that goes all the way out to the outfield. At third base, there's a foul line that goes all the way out to the outfield. And the field goes wider, but not disproportionate because it don't want to be too wide, but it sort of follows a line. Now, everything, just like with first base, everything on this side of the line is a foul ball. Everything on this side of the line is a fair ball and is in play. So the runner gets to run until the ball is thrown back in. All right. Now that's the infield. We'll talk about the outfield in a moment. Now, the outfield. Right now, I'm playing left field. There's a center fielder and there's a right fielder. I'm playing left field. So I'm responsible for everything going to that side and this way all the way to the center fielder. Matter of fact, the center fielder and I have to communicate to make sure we don't run into so I'm usually between the third baseman and the shortstop, so I can see the play happening. And I'm responsible for everything that comes out this way. Now the shortstop might come and help me, the third baseman might come and help me, and the center fielder may come and help me, but I'm responsible. When the ball is hit out in this direction, I'm responsible. And when the ball is hit out here, my responsibility is to throw it into the infield. I either throw it to second, or I throw it to third, or I throw it into the middle of the diamond, where someone will be waiting to catch the ball. All right, so face that, we're watching the batter. A pop-up comes to me. You guys turn around, and you come, and he becomes my cutoff man. So I want to throw it too far. I catch the ball, boom. I throw the ball to the second baseman. The second baseman either goes to second, you want to line up with second. So he's going to line up with second base. The third baseman is going to come, line up with second base. The third baseman is going to move right there, go up, too close to me. Line up, right there. So, and the second, that's the shortstop. The second baseman will be back there telling him which way to go because he can't see behind him. So everybody's, their infield has their hands up, turn around, face me, hands up, so I can know where to throw. Both hands. So I can know where to face me, square off, so I can know where to throw the ball. I catch the ball, I throw it to second, he turns around, throws it to the second baseman. All right, and everybody goes back to position. That's the way a left fielder plays his position. Ground ball, the same thing. Now, center fielder. The center fielder, now Joy, you come play second base, or Michael, you can play second base. Now, obviously, this is not, that's fine. This is not as deep as I would normally be because of the wall. The center fielder normally lines up somewhere between the shortstop and the second baseman behind second base. Chances are right behind second base, but usually the pitcher is in the way, so he can't see the batter. So they kind of take a step or two over this way, or a step or two over this way. Now, I line up between them. I have everything between the left fielder and the right fielder. So we have to communicate. I have to communicate with the right fielder and the left fielder to make sure we don't run into each other. And so the ball is hit. He's going to come halfway. Shortstop, that's the second baseman. The shortstop is going to go to the base. Wait till the ball is hit. Going to go to the base. And then again, the cutoff, I throw the ball straight ahead. I throw the ball to the second baseman, and the second baseman throws it to the shortstop. All right, pop. Ball is hit, run, move. To the base. And so we should have a straight line. I catch the ball, I turn around, throw it, and then call a timeout and walk the ball to the pitcher. All right, go back. Now, this is the interesting thing, because depending on which direction the ball goes, what side of second base the ball goes in, depends on who's my cutoff and who covers second base. If the ball is hit over here, now Joya, because the shortstop becomes my cutoff, so she comes out halfway and he goes to the base. Now if the ball is hit on this side of second base, he's my cutoff and she covers the base. All right, this is the way this looks. Ball is hit, everybody move, cutoff, second base, like this, a straight line. I catch the ball, throw it to her, throw it to him. Now, the other way. Go back to your positions. Ball is hit. Now I go over here. They switch. Catch the ball, throw it, time out. Come on, some energy, time out. All right. Now, that's the way, the basic way that the left fielder and the center fielder plays the ball. Now to the right fielder. You stay there, second baseman stays in his position. Shortstop stays in her position. And the second baseman, the right fielder, is usually somewhere between the first baseman and the second baseman. So they can see. Again, he is catching everything from that direction, as far as he can go that way. And him and the second baseman, her and the center fielder, they have to communicate so that they don't run into each other. All right. So the ball, and then the same thing. When you come, this is my cutoff right here, and the shortstop covers second base. The second baseman comes out and cut the ball off. Or so they try to even out the distance between where I catch the ball and where second base is. So you want to make it an even throw. Believe it or not, when you do this, this is more effective than someone trying to throw it all the way. And it gives them an option in case he needs to catch it and throw it to a different base. So, go back to your base. Play. Everybody ready? Ready for the play? Ball is hit. Fly ball comes to me. They're moving while the ball is in the air. Catch the ball, turn, throw, and then she calls timeout. The second baseman calls timeout. Or if they have to make another play, they make that other play. If the ball, same thing, if the ball goes all the way over here, that means this person has to come out closer to me. You want to make the distance even, right there. You want to make the distance even between the throw and the throw. The throw and the throw. And so this makes it a little bit more effective. It makes it easier. It makes it timely, and all those kinds of things. So that's the way you play offense. That's offense. Not offense, I'm sorry, that's defense. That's defense. You have a catcher, and a pitcher and a catcher. You have a first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, first baseman. You have a left fielder, a center fielder, and a right fielder. And you want to make your play. You want to make your play. Now, the game of baseball is a bunch of individuals, or it's 9 individuals. 9 individuals on defense playing as one. So from here, we're going to go to running the bases. Now, something I should have mentioned earlier, but I'll mention it now. There are tools to the game. And the game is played with a baseball bat, with a glove on, and with a ball. Now, depending on what type of baseball you're playing, depends upon the ball. Whether it's a kickball, wiffle ball. When I was a kid, we played rubber ball. And depending on the game and the ball, that's with what set of rules you play with. So it's very exciting. Whichever one you play with, the game is very exciting. I know there's a lot of people think baseball is boring. Not if you really know how to play the game. It's very exciting. Anything can happen at any time. A ball can come to you at any time. It's a slow-paced game with bursts of excitement. So now we're going to put these down. And we're going to run some bases. Now in baseball, the batter stands in a batter's box. On the side of, if you're right-handed, the home plate is there in front of you. You hold the bat. If you're left-handed, it's the other way. You hold the bat. And then you hit the ball and you run. You run to what's called bases. There's a first base, there's a second base, there's a third base, and then there's home. Home is where you record a run, and that's how the game is played. You want to outscore your opponent. You want to score more runs than your opponent does. And so, which one of you guys going to be first? Michael, so you can stand back here with me, Jordan. So, Michael, you're going to run a single. This is called a single or a base hit. This is where he hits the ball, and he runs to first base, and he's going to be safe. You can either be safe, and you're safe by beating the ball to the base, or you're going to be out. Out is when the ball beats you to the base. So, look at the picture. You're going to swing, bam, face it, you run to first base, and he's safe. Now, the thing about first base, now you can't overrun first base if there's not a throw. And you can circle first base. I'll demonstrate. Stand back for a second, Michael. If you're running straight, you tag the base, and you can overrun the base. But if you make an attempt to go to second, just one step, that's an attempt, you have to get back to the base before you are tagged. Now, if you run past the base and you go this way, it doesn't matter when if they throw the ball, you can go get a free walk to the base. Now, another thing, if you run to the base and you round towards second, now they can get me out. So I have to get back in a hurry, back to the base. All right? Now, stay on first base. Now, Joya is going to hit a double. Now, this runner has to stay in front of Joya, of the batter that bats after this batter. They have to pay attention to what they are doing. So if she's going to hit a double, he's going to run, but she's going to make sure that he's running. Because if he's not running, she can't run. But she has to run to first base. And so this runner is going to go to third base. She's going to go to second. He's going to run to third. So, Joya, you're up the bat. She's got a good stance. Up the bat. Pitch, pow. Now go. Now she runs to first. Go, Michael. Then she runs to second. Michael stays in front of her and stop. And stop. Now, that's a man on second and third, or a woman on second and third. That's called a double. That's two bases. First base is a single. Second base is a double. And now we're going to do a triple and a home run. Now come on. Now, a triple is called the most exciting. Most people think a home run is the most exciting play. But a triple is the most exciting play because this person has to run. They have to run like they're on fire. They have to run, and they have to beat the play. And so they have to run as fast as they can, as hard as they can, to get all the way to third. When you get a home run, that means the ball went over the fence or something, you can take your time, you can jog. But the triple, you have to run. So you're up the bat, slide back to it. You're up the bat, right there, good. You're up the bat, watch the pitcher, bam, all the way third. So they're cutting the bases. They're running. And he stopped. So he has to be really running hard and fast because that ball is trying to get in. They're trying to get that ball in to get him out. Now, he's safe at third. That's called a triple. Single, double, triple. Now, the next thing is a home run. Now, the home run, you can run out a home run, but in most fields, they have a fence or they have a wall. You hit the ball over the wall or over the fence, and then you can take your time. That means that you run all the way around the bases, from home to home, and that's a home run. All right, Julius, up the bat. This is a slugger right here. Yeah, come on, hit it out the park. All right, swing, pop. Now he scores 2, so this is a run. Run it out, Jordan, run it out, yeah. And she comes home. Now, that's running bases. It's a lot more to it than what you saw here today. There's sliding, there's going back to the base. There's a lot more. But this is all we can show you today. So I hope you're at home. I hope you've been safe. I hope you're eager to come back to school because we will come back. Sooner or later, we will come back. And maybe you're missing baseball because you can't get out right now. But you can still watch some games on TV. You can watch some games on YouTube. You can still enjoy yourself. So take care, be safe, and we'll see you soon.